I do really like him as a player.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
In the current market.
Let him talk.
Sorry, I can't say anything. I would have been rude, but I literally can't say anything. You're saying the thing that's...
Just let him say his point. Hello and welcome back to the Footballing Question YouTube channel. Yes, we have stolen this idea from Lad Bible, Sport Bible, but today we're going to be playing Agree to Disagree. Boys know exactly what's going on here today. Yeah. Both of these boys are Arsenal fans. Obviously, we're not in a bar or a pub. We don't have drinks. So today, you guys are going to be using some antibacterial spray.
That we've picked up here. And we don't even have to run out to pick up.
So I say we just get on with it. Dennis Bergkamp is a better player than Thierry Henry. 3, 2, 1, go.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've been in the other camp before, and it's so tough to kind of say. I mean, look, we've both agreed it, but like with Bergkamp, I mean, it's undeniable. I mean, Ian Wright's come out and said that like without Bergkamp, he wouldn't score half the goals he scored for Arsenal. And Bergkamp's undeniably one of the best players to have played for Arsenal. I think he's one of the best players to have played in the Premier League. But like, when you just look at the sheer ability of Thierry Henry, you know, he is just one of the greats of all time in football. And as great as Bergkamp was, I mean, I think just Henry was better. And if you look at the actual Invincible team, that was in the latter stages of Bergkamp's career. He didn't actually get too many, you know, goals or assists. It was, you know, he only retired 2 years later. And yeah. I think Henry's better.
For that era where Bergkamp first came in.
98.
We won that first title in 98. It was all Bergkamp.
Yeah.
And I think he's definitely second best.
Yeah.
It's just the sheer amount of goals that Henry scored for us. And I wouldn't really be too mad if you just went strongly.
Exactly, Joel. Like it's one of those debates in Arsenal fans where like some go Bergkamp, some go Henry. It's like fair because they're easily the top two. No one else gets into the top two.
It's quite a nice debate to have.
Yeah, it's a nice debate to have. Because if I disagree with you, I'd go, I exactly see where you're coming from.
Martin Odegaard should be the next Arsenal captain. 3, 2, 1, go.
Obviously, Odegaard's picked up a lot of hype recently. Okay, he's probably our best player at the moment.
Yeah.
But ever since Kieran Tierney joined the side, I have loved him, and I think that ever since he's joined the side, he's always had that thing about him where he's been like kind of this leader, and he's this kind of no-nonsense player that just rallies the team up. My only problem, I'm going to disagree because I want Kieran Tierney to be it, but yeah, I can't say that.
I mean, look, I'll be honest, with Kieran Tierney, I understand, like, before Odegaard's really got into this team, I thought it should be Tierney. I thought, you know, he's the clear, I mean, it might be a British bias, I guess, but like, you know, you want him to be the captain because the way he's committed and he always puts a shift, and even in his bad games, you can see trying. I don't think he had a good game on the weekend. I think he's actually had quite a poor season for his standards, if I'm honest. But you know, you can see there's effort, and he loves the fans love him. But being honest, watching Martin Odegaard week in, week out, I think he has the exact attributes of a proper leader. You know, not just his work rate off the ball is unbelievable. The amount of running he does for the team, the amount of pressing he does for the team, just he's so much more than just a simple number 10. And he's also captain for his national team. Yes, Tierney has captained Scotland on occasion, but he's not the captain for Scotland. I mean, I'll be honest, I think he probably should be, but like, he isn't. And Martin Odegaard just is so phenomenal as a leader. And also recently he was asked about it, and he said, I don't want to be captain. I don't need to be captain. And I think that is a proper leader. That's someone who goes, Joe, well, that's not going to change how I play. I play how I play. And he plays like a captain already, I think. And I just think, you know, if he can captain around Haaland, he can probably captain Sambi Lokonga. That's a bit harsh on the rest of the squad, but you know, it's just. But I generally think Martin Odegaard is the player that should get it.
But as long as it was Odegaard or Tierney, I'll be happy. But
yeah,
if it was down to me, I'd go Tierney. But then I do understand the problem with his injuries and how he might not be around.
I mean, that's not even one of my arguments. But for me, I just think Odegaard has to get it.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll be happy with this one.
I mean, realistically, I think one of them should be captain, the other one should be vice. I think we're agreed on that.
Yeah, we're agreed.
I mean, unless if Lacazette stays.
I'm starting to like the Cronkays. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? When you say Cronkays, take away the S and put a 4-letter word that's called Josh in front of it.
It's not the base.
Look, okay, hear me out. KSE, I saw someone say something, right? Because there's been a lot of owner talk recently with like Abramovich and everything, and all that. And people have talked about, you know, the new ownership of Chelsea and the fact that they might be bought by a consortium and multiple bidders, which would mean no one's willing to invest because there's multiple owners. And I've heard someone say that might, you know, that explains why the Concretes didn't really invest when they didn't have full ownership. And since full ownership, we've suddenly seen Josh quite regularly doing regular interviews, talking about, sorry, I don't want to move these. He's been doing regular interviews, talking with us, and look, I'm being honest, I feel really dirty saying this. I feel filthy. I feel like I am cheating on Arsenal.
What's changed since we were having the
Look,
debates?
one thing I will say, there is a massive lack of investment. Massive lack of investment.
So what's changed? What's changed your opinion?
I just feel like Josh Kroenke's been a lot more active recently.
What? Because he's been on their Instagram?
No, shut up, no.
Well, that's literally it. He's been more active because they take more pictures of him at the ground.
No, but like, do you go to the meetings? Do you see how
He
actually?
should be there.
No, but
he
like,
owns the club. Literally,
technically he doesn't. Stan does. But you know, but like,
no, but.
I'm
Stan's not even there, he doesn't care.
Yeah, I hate Stan.
He's gonna start at 11.
Look, if I'm honest, I'd be strong if this is a really bad thing to say. Like, I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but if Stan died, I'd be here. But he's not dead, so. But I'm gonna be honest. He said starting to like. I'm not in full support, but saying I'm starting to like.
What's changed? Since
I think
we hated them to now.
I think he's actually working with Mikel and Edu.
I feel like he should have just been doing that in the first place, and all that's changed, we've moved 3 or 4 places up the table. It's not been confirmed yet that we've actually made the success, alright? It's been a couple of games, or it's been about half a season, right? Or this season, that we've done well. It's literally them. It's literally United, okay? They don't give their owners hassle when they're doing well. They are still the problem, mate. Have you seen what he's done in America? So that NFL team, is it an NFL team or baseball team? Whatever it is, it's horrific. He's moved the stadium to a different state or different city. Horrific. I do not like them in the slightest. Just because he's on the Instagram every couple of weeks and because he's working with Arteta, should have been doing it in the first place anyway, right? The guy who actually owns it doesn't know the starting 11. Let's be honest. Didn't like someone ask Stan Kroenke who just won the league and he didn't even know one time. Horrific decision.
Does anyone want to move?
No.
I mean, I'll be honest. I still feel really dirty for saying.
Yeah, you should.
Do you want to move? Yes or no?
I mean, look, I said this to you quietly in the kitchen a few days ago. I was like, in our kitchen, I was like, I'm not going to lie, Josh might be, I don't mind Josh. I actually quite like Josh. Because I think Josh has bollocks. I think
because he's growing a beard?
Shut up. No, because he goes up and he openly admits, like, look, we've not, like, and I think he's willing to talk to fans. He's been to fan forums and admit things and, you know, stood up and, you know, I mean, the Super League definitely really. But, I mean, look, just a week ago, we've pulled out. Man United still there, Chelsea still there, all this, we pulled out. And am I starting to? Yes. Do I fully trust them? No. But do I feel like I may trust them eventually? Maybe.
Mikel Arteta could be as good as Wenger in the future.
Oh.
3, 2, 1, go.
You are literally, and with this last question, just think about it right now. You're literally just like, they are putting this cake of, and the cake is wins, right? Win a couple of away games, win a couple of big games and stuff. Maybe, you know, challenge for the top 4 a little bit, and you're just going, yes please, I love it. Like, just like focus for a minute.
Well,
it's not done yet.
I know it's not done yet, but I'm thinking where it will go.
It could go, but Arteta's never going to be as good as Wenger. No one, probably for the next 100 years, is going to be as good as Wenger. Let's be honest. He is a 1 in a million, and there was no one like him 100 years before that. Okay, right? Yeah, Chapman.
I was going to say Herbert Chapman. I was generally going to say Herbert Chapman. Won 5 league titles.
He's still.
And also, Herbert Chapman revolutionised the sport in the same way Wenger did, in different ways Wenger did. But
he did, but I would still argue in Wenger's case. Anyway,
okay, here's the thing. Okay, I'll be honest. I'll go to disagree, but the thing is, with Arteta, I look at the project we've got. And I only see progress.
Yeah. And
do I think we will challenge for a league title? Not next season, no. Not 2 seasons, no. But do I think we're going to become a sustainable football club in the top 3? 100%. And I think when you see the likes of Klopp and Guardiola go, which may happen, I mean, Guardiola's probably only going to leave next season. Klopp will probably leave in 2 or 3 years. Once that happens, I genuinely think we will be a serious, potentially title challenging team. Do I think we're going to win anything? No, you can't guarantee that. But I see a process, and they have all my faith.
I agree with you. I really like Arteta.
I mean, I think your point, which maybe goes to disagree, is the fact that taking away all the trophies and everything that Wenger won, the actual impact he had on English football, and Arteta's not going to have that. But
Yeah.
Wenger revolutionised English football.
Right.
Can I just say, the question, Mikel Arteta could be
Could be
as good as a manager.
It could be.
as
I don't think
Wenger.
it's definite, but like, if we are just talking about winning titles, I think there's potential there.
And it's as
if
good
we are
as...
talking about his overall like impact culturally, maybe not. But he has made cultural impacts on the club, getting rid of all the toxic players, and he's helped us. I mean, have you seen this isn't a big deal, but have you seen the tweets recently? We've got like themed lunches for the foreign players, like we're having Brazil lunches, because that's the reason Torreira left. He felt kind of lost in this different culture, in this different country, and we're trying to like become a team, become a unit, and stop the kind of different cliques.
I like Arteta, I really do, but I am pretty certain he's not going to be as good.
No, I don't think he'll be as good as Wenger, but to say, Joe, he doesn't remind me of Wenger.
I disagree.
Yeah, I was going to say, why you would agree? I don't think he could be as good as
I don't think he will be, but I think to say he can't, I've got faith in him, but that's why. I'll be honest, it doesn't remind me of Wenger. The manager he reminds me of George Graham, in the way he came into the club and just bought a ton of young players, Lee Dixon from Stoke, all these kind of players from the English leagues and all sorts, and just created this young team. You had 18-year-olds, Tony Adams and whatnot, and they just went, right, let's win everything, and it's class. And that's the vibe I'm getting from him.
But then George Graham wasn't as good as Wenger.
Okay, fair play.
Arsenal will win the Premier League in the next 5 years. 3, 2, 1, go.
Look, I'm someone who's willing to put their balls on the line, and look, I'm not certain of this. I'm not certain, and the only reason I'm not certain is purely because Man City are bloody amazing, Liverpool are bloody amazing, and at the moment we get spanked 5-0, 4-0 whenever we go to their grounds. But I'm seeing, a system, and it's the first time I've looked at Arsenal and thought, do you know what, there's a structure there. There's actually a system in place that will grow and develop, and I look at the young team and think, this is how they are now. They are going to grow together, they're going to play together. And it reminds me a lot of Arsenal, maybe like early in the Emirates era, but we had, a young Cesc Fabregas, we had like Sami Nasri, Adrian Van Persie, and you felt like if this young team grows together, we will go on to win stuff. And then they all just started to run away, and it kind of fell apart, because we generally could have maybe challenged in 2011 or 2012 if they all stayed. I completely stand by that. I think if they all stayed, we might have won the league title in like 2012 or something, and City would have never happened. So, it's your fault. But I see a potential, and when he says next 5 years, when I think we win the league title, it's probably that 5th year. I'm being completely honest, because it takes a long time to build a team like that. I see what we're doing, and I'll maybe compare it to like Liverpool with the project they've gone under Klopp. I mean, think of where they were just before Klopp. They were finishing 7th, and they were a shade of the Klopp they were. And I think we can maybe get something. Maybe not win a Champions League. That's a massive step. I mean, I'll be honest. I'd take a Champions League over a Premier League. If you tell me in the next 5 years we only win one of them, I'd take a Champions League, because it's the one thing we're missing.
No.
I'd love to.
Maybe that's a different question, but you take.
That's a different question, but
take
like
a Premier League all day long. That's consistent progress.
I know, but like still, it's because we haven't won it yet. But
no, but you're just saying that because you want to grow.
I know, no, but going back to the main point. Do I think? Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. But when I say it, do I think we're going to win it next year? No. Next year after that? No. But maybe the 5th.
I like Arteta, but he's still got a long way to go. It wasn't long ago that he was spotted in the Europa League semi-final. I'd
argue Danny Ceballos spotted every single game he played in the Europa League last season.
But anyway, also to compare it to Klopp, yeah, it's a similar kind of journey, and it looks like it will go that way. But Arteta is not the man that Klopp was when he came to Liverpool. Klopp had won the Bundesliga twice. He got into a Champions League final. Yeah,
but like
Arteta hadn't had a job yet. Right, he's got a long way to go, and he's.
I know, but I still think you can't use that against him, because there's no evidence there's no evidence for or against.
No, I can use that against the argument there's going to be a similar.
I know. But like, if you look at what I'd like to say is, look at him at City. I mean, sure, we can't say for sure, but like, there's a lot of evidence from players just talking about.
And if someone said
saying how much. I mean, Sterling has credited his development in becoming a better finisher to Arteta, not Pep. And so is Leroy Sane. Leroy Sane has credited Arteta for helping him improve as an individual.
And if someone said that to you 8 months ago, right, he said to you, yeah, but Pep Guardiola said all these nice things about him, would you go, well, right then, title in the next 5 years?
No, I'm not saying that's the only reason. I'm saying it's allocating.
That's what you're
and I'm saying, look, I think the late Wenger or the Emery era has ruined your mentality, and you're depressed. Just, Joe, what? Sometimes I think you just need to go, Joe, what? Fall for the hype. Let's get on this train.
No,
let's ride it along.
So naive, mate.
No, mate.
So naive.
Football is about highs and lows, and Joe, what? I'm going to live on this high as much as I can.
I disagree, because I just don't think we're going to get there in the next 5 years. Okay, I can see it happening maybe the next 10, maybe in the next.
The reason I've put because the thing I have said, like, it would be that maybe 5th year. Until 5 years in football is actually quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Pep would have been gone for a while. Potentially City may have deteriorated. Let's bloody hope. Do I think United will win the league? I don't think United will win the league in the next 10, if I'm honest. Tottenham. Liverpool, generally, I mean, it all depends on who they replace Klopp with, because I think Klopp won't be there in 5 years. So it is, when you say 5, it is down to the fact that you've said the number 5, because I think it will take that long. I mean, we might win an FA Cup in that, that's fine. We probably will. I'm staying. But look, I understand exactly why you're saying what you're saying.
Yeah,
because it's the fact that you've said will.
Mm-hmm. Look, I think right now, you know, things are changing. There's a lot of good foundations being made in the club, and we're moving in the right direction. But right now, we've moved up 3 or 4 places. It's a long way off in the winning title.
Yeah.
And we've seen other clubs get to the position where we are right now, and they haven't won that title.
No, it all depends on what our next stage is.
Yeah.
If we keep this progression over and we make the right decisions in the market and right decisions on players, which I think we have been over the last year. You know, I mean, the recruitment last season was almost spot on. Well, I think actually it wasn't, and it was. And if we do like the right delicate decisions this summer, I'm going to be like, okay, then I see. Because generally, if we get a striker, that genuinely is how much will that improve our squad?
Yeah.
If we get someone who can do what Lacazette does off the ball and put the ball in the net on a much more regular occasion, they don't even need to be a 20 goal season striker. They can just get as many assists as Lacazette does and maybe get 15. You know, I mean, Saka will probably get 10 next season. Smith Rowe will probably get around that. Still, the team as a whole will work. And the thing is, I think that's the good thing about the team. We don't, under Aubameyang, it was genuinely Aubameyang scores or no one scores. And I think now we're doing what we used to do, where the goals are coming from all over the place. Where someone like Ramsey or Cazorla would get a few.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And I'm liking that about this team now. So yeah.
Arsenal's number 1 transfer target this summer should be Jonathan David. 3, 2, 1, go.
I mean, my main question over you would be: is it another striker, or is it? Because if it's a different position, then I can maybe understand it. But for me, the first thing we need to sign is a striker. That is the priority. I mean, that's what we were trying to get in January done. And for me, out of the young, exciting strikers which are available, I don't have full faith in Alexander Isak. Vlahovic would have been the guy, I think, but I mean, we can't get him now, can we? So that's not going to happen. But for me, Jonathan David just fits the system. For me, I've seen people say, "Oh my God, he's just a young Lacazette," and I went, "Yeah, that's kind of what we need right now." Lacazette did used to score a lot of goals, but he's dried up. We need someone who I think fits our system perfectly. Will he play with his back to goal? Absolutely. People have said he plays in a 2, and I'm like, a striker who can play in a pair is exactly the kind of striker we need. Someone who's willing to kind of play off players, and you know, he will probably score a few goals. I don't think he'll be a 25 goal season striker, but if he scored, like I said, we need someone who will at least score like 15 in the league. Do I think he can keep doing that? Yeah. He doesn't need to be a Van Persie. He doesn't need to be, you know, an Aubameyang, someone who takes all the credit and is amazing. We need someone who works with everyone else. And do I think he fits that system? Yeah. And also, for fee, it'd be really, really achievable. Joe, I've just realised who you're probably going to say.
Actually, you
go.
I'm going to change. I'm going to go to like more.
Is it because of the fee?
Well, I don't want him to be our number 1 because I'm not totally convinced. But then
I understand there's a lot of doubt around Jonathan David because he comes from Ligue 1 and there's a lot of thoughts about that. But
yeah,
like Pepe, you know what I mean?
But like, I mean, yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah. It's a fair argument.
I just looked, he scored 13 goals in 27 games this season, and because of his age, that isn't too bad.
And also, when you look actually at his career and what positions he's played in, he's played everywhere across the front 3 and he's played at number 10.
I do really like him as a player. So.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
In the current market.
let him talk.
I can't say anything. I don't want to be rude, but I literally can't say anything. You're saying the thing that.
Just let him say his point.
I've moved more towards more away from strongly disagree because I don't want him to be our number 1 transfer target. Like, I feel like I want someone more prolific, but then at the same time he might be the best around at the moment for the price. I don't really, because you know, I'd love us to go and get a striker that's going to score us 20 goals, but how realistic is that? So, and I do really like him. So I would be really happy if we signed him, but I don't think he should be our number 1. I think we should maybe go a little bit more ambitious. If we do get Champions League, but he'd be a great player to sign.
Who should be the number one target?
Yeah, that's the thing I don't really know.
I'll be honest, look, let's list over the players that we're linked to. So, like, João Felix is the most expensive that we're linked to. Do I think he would score 20 for the season? I'm going to be honest, no. But does he fit the mould? Yes.
Not convinced for sure.
Isaac, Alexander Isaac, do I think he fits our system? I'll be honest, no. Do I think he will score 20 season? No. Instantly don't want him. Plus, he'd be really expensive. Isaac should not sign for Arsenal. And I know we're not going to sign him because we could have activated the release clause on deadline day and we looked at it and went, is it worth it? No, let's wait for the summer. And that made, instantly when we did that, I thought, we're going to get David in the summer. Because David wasn't going to leave in January, he openly admitted it, and he's worth 40 mil.
David.
Sorry, I'll say this to the screen. I say Jonathan David purely because he sounds more like a baller if I say that. Jonathan David just sounds like, you know, that number 9 down the road, play place for Wigan, you know what I mean? But Jonathan David, poor saucy baller, you know what I mean? And when I found out he was French Canadian and not just ordinary Canadian, I thought, that's why he's a baller. A bit more culture, you know what I mean? But baller.
That's just,
yeah,
I'm not really sure.
Saucy, but generally, the only young striker I think available, I'm not even going to use the word available. The one young striker who is hot right now, who I think, yeah, that will be prolific, is actually Erling Haaland. And do I think Arsenal are going to sign Erling Haaland? Unless Martin Odegaard works some absolute magic in the summer, no. It's never going to happen. If it did, I mean, obviously he doesn't fit our system, but I don't care. I think if you get Haaland, you sacrifice everything. Arteta's plan goes out bloody window. But I think Jonathan David is the cheapest on the market and would be quite effective in fitting that system. You could argue João Felix in the same way, but I think I'd go Jonathan David because I think 40 mil for what you're getting. I mean, and also because of the price, it's low risk.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Footballing Questions Agree to Disagree, both of which are Arsenal fans. We'll get some more different fans, hopefully, in this position at some point. But other than that, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, turn down notifications on, leave a nice comment because we reply to every single one and all our links are in the description. But I had an idea. One last question, no debate.
Yep.
I'm just going to ask the question and I want an answer.
Right, boys, the last question. I would rather my team win the Premier League than my country win the World Cup. 3, 2, 1, go.
There's the final answer, there's the final question. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Take care in a bit.